Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Legends. Today on the show we are going to be reviewing all the cards of Isle of Madness that have been showcased so far. These cards have been on display on Legends decks, on Reddit, on Twitter. They were showcased by various people from all over the world. A pretty neat deed, and nice of the guys at Bethesda and Spocky Pants releasing early content just to satiate our hunger. So, all in all, I think we should begin. We all know this card, Cheesemancer, start of the game. Cheesemancer gains the ability of a random creature from Isle of Madness. Now, if I've read correctly, this card will not be pulling effects from all the cards in the expansion. It will be capped at the 4 or 5, I believe, effects that have been released with the card itself. So it will only be drawing from there, and that's that, because that could pretty much unbalance the game. So it's a nice call. Cheesemancer stayed the same. Icy Shambles and Crazed Hunger. Both cards being pulled from Madness Beckons. Icy Shambles, shackle creature damaged by Icy Shamble. Summon, deal 2 damage to a creature. Now this could be, as I've said before, the next Blackhand Messenger. It can be easily brought back with Ordinary Necromancer. I see it being included in Tilvani and possibly Tribunal as well. It's a good control card. Crazed Hunger. Charge Crazed Hunger has +2/0 on your turn. This means for a 2 cost, it can get 2/2, but immediately as you end your turn, it will be a 0 attack. This is a good reach card, being 2 cost. You can pair it up with a variety of items. I'd say it will be seeing screen time in assassin decks, plus if you add it with a monk deck with Thieves' Den, pilfering could change the game with this one. Moving on to Giant Chicken. Last gasp, fill this lane with one confused villagers. Now, we all know the chicken that used to be a 0 attack. This one is big. Really big. Quite the effect if you have Divine Fervor or a 5th Legion trainer. You instantly get 8 damage on the board once this card dies. I don't see it being used very much that often, most likely in meme decks. So it's going to be fun playing it. Also, this is increasing the base for mono neutral, which are by themselves meme decks. Fortress Guard, Imperial Guard. Summon, you may discard a card to summon a 2/2 Colovian Trooper with guard in the other lane. Hello, Unite the Houses, my old friend. This one has been a pain for everybody else. Once the Madness Beckons was released, if you'd play Unite, pulling this card would ensure 2 colors right off the bat. I see this being used in a lot of decks, most likely in control decks, and why not Unite which is a control combo deck in the end. Dark Seducer. 8 cost 7/7 drain guard. Dark Seducer drains on both turns. This means it gets attacked by your opponent, it will drain for 7. That's that. Although being an 8 cost, I could see it in Ramp Warrior. Why not? Ramp Warrior, and I think that's about it. There's no way you could play this in Mid-Sorcerer. There are other cards that are way more good to play and finish the game early on. With Mid-Sorcerer, you don't want to linger on when you're playing control decks against control decks. And against aggro, you want to control the board. Sure, this may come in handy, being a drain, but you get to play it so late. By the time you reach turn 8, the board does not look good for you, especially against a Crusader, against a Ilalu, and why not a Tribal Goblin? That can always ruin your day. Grommet Magus, guard, summon your opponent, discard highest cost action in their hand. Now this could potentially be an interesting card, but it will not be seeing a lot of playtime. Due to its high cost. The stats are not so good. For a 7 cost 5/5, that's around there. There are other cards that offer way more stuff, much more rewarding when being played. You could shut down a lot of combo decks with this one. You could shut down Scout Abomination, that's one of them. You could shut down, let me see, well, of course, the Conscription. If you play this, actually, if you play a Battle Mage, and you summon this and destroy the Conscription, and then use a Piercing Twilight to get rid of Conscription for good, it's a long shot. I don't know. One more decks. Doomcrack Warrior. Yeah, definitely. Journey for Scout Abomination and Doomcrack Warrior may be in peril when your opponent wields this guy. But again, I'm fairly certain it won't see much play. As you've all known, all these cards so far are part of Madness Beckons. And from what I've understood, the card will continue to pull from that specific 6 set of cards. It will not be pulling or any random card from the expansion. It will be limited to those 6. That's a balance. Maybe further balance changes will either add more cards or remove some of the cards. It depends on how the game will progress and how the meta will progress and how the developers and the analysts that are constantly analyzing whatever we do on ladder. Yeah, in case you didn't know that, there are people analyzing what we play against, how we build our decks. They have access to everything, and that's normal. Don't freak out. That's how they know something is being overplayed, something is being overpowered. That's how they know stuff needs to be balanced. Moving on. Praying Elytra. Summon, choose an enemy creature. When Praying Elytra damages that chosen creature, draw 2 cards. So this is like a marksmanship sort of card. You pick a target, and whenever you hit it, you draw 2 cards. For a 4 cost, this is interesting. Although being to attack, I can see it being destroyed on sight by execute. Being summoned around turn 4, I can see it destroyed with bolts, mummified. I don't think cost into time. This is not a juicy target for cost into time or javelin, but if you want to keep your opponent not drawing cards, then yeah, you need to destroy this. This could be paired in Archer decks with Archer's Gambit, in case you don't have a lethal creature that you can play an Archer's Gambit everything. This is pretty good because you can quickly draw 2 cards from your deck just by dealing 1 damage to that targeted creature. Wake the Dead. Action from Endurance. Draw a spirit or skeleton creature of your choice from your deck and give it +1 HP. I see this one paired with one of the other cards we'll reach in a moment. This could be interesting in pulling out stuff that you really want, such as a Corrupted Shade, an Imprisoned Deathlord. You know what I'm getting at. You know the card that I'm talking about. So Mid-Sorcerer might get some pretty nasty boosts. Moving on, Lady Seal's Cruelty. Sacrifice a creature to gain magic at this turn equal to its power. Nixos combo. Gates of Madness. Support. Transform your deck into random cards. When you draw a creature or item, give it +1/+1. When you draw an action or support, reduce its cost by 1. Transform your deck into random cards. Well, this could be crazy if you can pair it up with Dragon Mound, but I don't know. Does it matter the order in which you put supports on the board? Most likely. So you put this one first, Gates of Madness, and then you put Dragon Mound. Yep, this leaves a lot of room for imagination. Knight of Order. This was the card I've been talking about. Summon, silence all other creatures in this lane. This includes your own. This includes your opponent's. Now imagine all the people spawning catapults and imprisoned deathlords, just piling them in a lane, and then Knight of Order drops. Yeah. And not only that, but if you try to guard that lane up, guess what? Your guards are also going to be silenced, meaning you could go lethal pretty fast. Knight of the Order also helps in Mid-Sorcerer with Vigilant Ancestor. That's another card that needs silence. And also Scout. The self-silencing Catapult Scout. Aggro deck. Aggro might just get some pretty nasty boosts. We'll see if there's some cards that can keep aggro in check. Let's move on. Crucible Blacksmith. Summon, draw an item of your choice from your deck. Well, combine this with Dawnfang and with Dawnbreaker. This can get out of hand quickly. Draw an item of your choice from a deck. It's a 2 cost, and you can draw whatever you want. Yep. Greatwood Elder. It's a Spriggan, so it's going to benefit from the Elder Green Patron, I believe. Patriarch, the one that gives Spriggans +2/+2. If Greatwood Elder is in your hand at the start of your turn, gain 1 magic at this turn. It's in your hand. So you need to keep this for as much as possible. Or actually, if you draw this on your initial draw, it's a trade-off. So you keep it in your hand, and your magicka slowly increases. Actually, no, it does not increase. You just get one extra magicka, just like a ring charge. The max magicka does not increase. This could give a player with the ring already a serious buff to how much power can he put on the board. This is debatable. I think people will test it a lot. Dolfang, +0, +3 at the end of your turn. If Dolfang is in your hand, change it into Dusk Fang. Slay, you gain 5 health. Well, I don't know the attributes of Dusk Fang. I guess we'll see them shortly on the 24th, 26th. When is the expansion coming? This could be an interesting item, even though it costs as much as Dawnbreaker. I'm curious to see what attributes Dusk Fang has. And Slay, you gain 5 health. You put this on a warded creature, and you could basically just slay. Actually, it can work with... Holy moly, it can work with Arch as well. You put this in your Archer's Gambit. It's basically slaying. Calls for some experimentation. Moving on, Smoked Ballywog Leg and Ballywog Tide Crawlers. Both are combined and form a single card as an entity, but when you draw it, it splits up. You gain both of them. So one of them has guards and the other one is an action, heal a creature, and it's a 0 cost, which is pretty much insane. So you get a heal and a guard. Just like the Unravel Mummy. No, not the Unravel Mummy. It is a mummy that costs 6, or 4, or 5. Can't remember. And has this exact stats, like 2 attack and 6 HP. Mid Sorcerer? I don't think so. That guard could be used with something else. We'll see. Moving on, Manic Mutation and Manic Jack, both combined form one card. Okay. The artwork looks horrible. Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. So, Manic Jack. When Manic Jack gains a keyword, he gains +1/+1. And the mutation, give a friendly creature a random keyword. So you can use it on itself. Manic Jack gains a keyword. Oh, this could also be used in the Sorcerer, but the variation with the Sage. And there's also that Prophecy. Give all the creatures on your board a random keyword. Okay, this is interesting. Pointy Walls of Spikes, Defense. This is a guard, a 2-cost guard. And it's also a Prophecy. When Pointy Wall of Spikes takes damage from a creature, it deals that much damage to that creature. So it's a guard. Oh my god. This is a shutdown for aggro. If you manage to put some more HP on it, this can get pretty nasty. And can only be removed either by lethal or by actions Javelin cast into time. Basically, it says that if you have a catapult with 5/5 and I manage to even... Actually, no. I don't buff it. I leave it like this. A 0/3. If the catapult hits me, it deals 5 damage to me. Sorry, to the card, to the pointy wall of spikes. So the card basically will just give that, would reflect that damage back to the catapult, and the catapult would die. Good trading body. Moving on, Eager Torturer. When you sacrifice a creature, Eager Torturer gains +2/+2. I can see this in Tilvani Conscription. Cruel Firebloom. What else can you sacrifice? Actually, you can use a multitude of betray actions. This could also be a nasty looking card when buffed by a deck that's playing Mushroom Tower. It's a 3-cost and it can be buffed. The sacrifice is... Oh, sacrifice. Oh, damn. Altar of Despair. Yep. This one goes with Altar. Let's move on. Golden Initiate. Prophecy Drain. Such good stats and keywords for just a 3-cost, 3 attack, 3 HP Prophecy Drain. You pair this up with Umbra or Dawnbreaker, or even Duskfang, the card we've just seen. Things could get interesting pretty fast with it. On the board, being buffed by Fifth Legion Traders, being buffed by Divine Fervors, being buffed by Light of the Three. Yep, next. Xavara Atronach. Summon, you may sacrifice another creature to give Xavara Atronach its power and health. So if you sacrifice a Bog Lurcher, you get a 12/4. Just for a 3-cost. Oh boy. Are you kidding me? So you have a creature that's almost dying. You know it will die next turn. It's a big... It's something big, like, I don't know. Like the Bog Lurcher has only 1 HP. Or if you play, like, I don't know, anything that has considerable amount of damage and it's about to die, you can sacrifice it using this card and you'll get its attack just for 3-cost. What do you guys think about it? This could be the next Red Run Oathman. Yeah, we all know that card can get to, I don't know, 50-50. If you play it right. Fork of Aripulation. This looks like the fork I use on my barbecue. Probably is the same. -2/+0, slay, sacrifice Fork of Aripulation and draw 3 cards. So you can't play it on a guard. Sorry, on a lethal creature, because most lethal creatures have such a small amount of attack value, like 2 at best, or 3. Yeah, well, if the 3 is, I believe, the Clockwork Scorpion. Nimble Ally. Nimble Ally. That's a 3-cost. If your top card of your deck is a green one, it gets buffed to 4/4, and lethal. Using this on it, can draw you 3 cards. Okay, moving on. Blessing of the Grove. Gain 2 health for each friendly creature. This could work in token decks. If the board is full, you get 8 times 16 HP back. Not bad. But I fairly doubt it's going to be used in token decks, because token decks want to... Okay, you fill the board, but you need to buff the board now. And your objective is now to put Divine Fervors and other like allies and stuff. You don't want to use this. Do you guys have any idea in... Oh, the Healing Monk. Yeah, that could see play in the Monk area. We'll guess we'll have to toy around with it once the expansion hits live. Transmogrify action. Sacrifice a creature to summon the top creature from your deck. It's a double-edged sword. You sacrifice something, and if something that is very small, and which can also give you some magicka, maybe an assassin. I don't know. It's going to be interesting if somebody will include it in competitive decks, because it's a gamble. You don't know what the card will be, the one that gets summoned. And if you're really aiming to use it in tribunals and running Sotosills, if Sotosil is summoned from a card effect, you don't get to exalt it at all. Bedeviling Scamp. All cards cost a minimum of 3. All cards cost a minimum of 3. This is anti Scout Abomination. I can see this being used in competitive matches. The problem is it'll also affect you now. If your deck, your deck has the curve starting from 2-cost creatures and 3-cost creatures, then playing this a bit later in the game, I don't know if later, does it affect anything if it gets played later? Because everybody has more magic and later on. I don't know, but this is definitely shut down for Scout Abomination. Mainly because Scout Abomination will decrease the cost, make almost 0 cost out of everything, and then discard drops and everything costs minimum of 3, no matter how much discount you apply with the Thieves Guild fences. You can have 2 Thieves Guild fences on the board, you draw a 2 cost, you reduce it to 0 cost, and Bedeviling Scam tells you, no, that costs 3. Sorry, mate. Moving on, Ring of Lordship. +0/+2. Your creatures with the same type as the wielder cost 1 less. Well, there's a variety of stuff that you can use it with. This is mainly for tribal stuff. You can use it for Dwemmers. You can use it for goblins. You can use it for orcs. But it needs to stay on the wheel. If the wielder dies, then the buff is gone. Cereal. Cereal. Serial kill. Pilfer, reduce the cost of the top card of your deck by 3. Well, this is one of the effects that Cheesemancer had. It's a 3 cost. 3 attack. Okay, it cannot be easily removed by by Firebolt, by Execute, but okay, so you play it. It's kind of a juicy target. So any sane guy playing control will just remove it before your start of next turn. It'll probably see usage. I don't know. It's a good card, but the Cheesemancer has way more survivability than this. Actually, no, the Cheesemancer also has like 4 HP, so it's dead to a lightning bolt and costs 5. That's 1 more than the original. Squish the Wimpy. Action. A friendly creature battles an enemy creature. Well, this could turn the tide. If you have a shackled creature with breakthrough, oh, you just want the extra mileage, like you have a Night Stalker. You battle first, then you Unstoppable Rage. You can battle stuff from the other lane, which is good. So Squish the Wimpy, yep, that's going to be included in a lot of decks. Ghost Fanatic Spirit. Ghost's Fanatic costs 1 less for each creature that died this turn. Died. Scout Abomination. Hello. And you can put this early on the board. Tiny Dragon. Someone deal 1 damage to all enemy creatures in this lane. Doomcrack Warrior. This is the Skyvan Pyromancer. The upgraded version of Skyvan Pyromancer. Because it only deals damage to all enemy creatures. So yours, including Doomcrag, are safe. Hulking Scalon. It's a Grommet. Immune to lethal, immune to shackle. Your opponent can target Hulking Scalon with actions. So this baby right here is another card that from which the Cheesemancer get its effect pool. 10 costs for a 10/10. That's an immune to lethal, an immune to shackle. This is kind of an overpowered card. We'll see if it stays the same. I don't know what to think about it. It's a very good body with very good keywords and effects. Yep. Right after the expansion hits, I'll just grab it and take it for a spin. Maybe there's something we're missing. It can go with Ramp Scout. Yep. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Syl, Duchess of Dementia. Wood Elf summon. This lane becomes Dementia. You've all seen some reveals about the board being a different one, but not 100%. Like, you can't pick the old one or the new one. It'll all just get picked randomly. Dementia is one of the possible lanes. You have Madness and Dementia. I can't remember the exact attributes of each lane. I believe as long as you have the biggest HP creature, you deal some damage or you draw an extra card, something like that. It is going to be interesting to play around with those special lanes, activating them. Yeah, this will definitely get and a 7/6 for a 6 cost. That's a good card, especially if discounted. Drive Mad. A creature battles itself. This is a good removal. This is definitely a good removal. Like for Odoving, for Alduin, for whatever you think needs to be removed. Sorry, just a little bit sleepy. So Drive Mad, the major advantage that Drive Mad offers is the ability to use it on creatures with less than 4 HP. Fel the Mighty kind of bound your hands. Made you use it only on creatures with attack 4 or more. This one does not care. This is definitely a good removal. Unfortunately, I've asked around. I was highly interested if you can use it on an enemy Billarian Giant and make your opponent kill himself. That would have been crazy. Yeah, Drive Mad hence the name, but no, it will not work that way. In order for breakthrough to apply, the attacking creature needs to be on your side of the board. So just using them somewhere in, yeah, you get what I mean. You can only remove stuff. You can't make your opponent kill itself. Cloak and Dagger. An iconic duo. Feel free to comment if you don't think as well, but this is a good card. It's got 2 items, one cost, one gives a 0/2 and one gives a 2/0. This is basically a tiny version of Steel Scimitar. So you get a 2 cost for 2/2 instead of just a 1 cost for 2/2. But you get 2 items, which you can split among your cards and benefit as much as you like from them. I still have some questions regarding what's it called? Treasure Hunt. That should be an interesting topic to discuss. Treasure Hunt. What happens if you draw these 2 cards and you have... Actually, it doesn't matter because the item is activated anyway. But there are cards that have like action and creature. What happens, for example, to Eldora? Will both treasure hunts be activated at the same time? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see and to test. Let's get on to the next one. The Gatekeeper. God, only 1 creature in this lane can attack each turn. Another card from which Cheesemancer got its attributes. 5 costs for a 6/6 body and guard and shuts down multiple attacks from the lane. Sign me up for this one. This is a good defended for the Tribunal. Yeah, believe me or not. This can be highly favorable for Tribunal decks. Thaden, Duke of Mania. I think I said that right. This lane becomes Mania. Yeah, it's from Maniacy. So I think it's Mania. In Romanian we have in Mania. Demenza Shimanie. Thaden the good. Yeah, another good card. It activates the custom lane. We'll definitely see a lot of meme decks. Oh, I'm so certain of it. You got the material. Another double split card. Spawn Mother and Ballywarg. Spawn Mother summon +1/+1 for each other friendly creature. And Ballywarg, which is a grommet. Spawn Mother can work very well in token decks. So, Spawn Mother and Ballywarg. Spawn Mother, summon a +1/+1 for each other friendly creature. Ballywarg being a grommet. Yeah, Spawn Mother can be used successfully in token decks. Overpopulating the board, Spawn Mother gets an insane buff. Like 6/6. Yeah, that's good value. However, it's pointless in decks that don't have tokens or can't overspawn it. The problem is it's a willpower card, yellow. I was thinking of using it in conscription. Funny. Let's get on to the next one. Another split double card. Tavia the Knight and Rayvat the Mage. Anyone notice that these guys' names are just inversed? So Tavia, your opponent can't target other friendly creatures with action. This is a good action guard, I'd say. While Rayvat has ward, summon, you gain a ward. This is a mini Telvor's Magister. Costs 4. Yeah, I don't see this card seeing much play. I don't know. Maybe Tavia, but Rayvat the Mage, gain a ward. Its cost is too big, and honestly, the stats are bad. I mean, Telvor's Magister for 6 cost, it has 5 attack and ward. This one for yeah. Nope, I don't see it. Not even mid sorcerer. Let's get on to the next one. And here we go. This, my friends, is what I will be showcasing tomorrow right here on the channel. Go ahead and try to guess, leave a comment. It's something. You guys know what it is. But the effect is quite strange. And you'll be happily surprised. I strongly believe this card can be a good addition in a specific kind of deck. And I'll talk about much more tomorrow. You won't get much info from me today. So stay tuned tomorrow, get mad, and catch you guys later. Cheers.